and Tim Murphy, and the transformation is just wonderful. And we voted on this project unanimously, and are proactively trying to help our homeless population, our homeless residents, get off the street. And so I have 2 certificates of recognition, one to Family Promise of the Verdugos, and the second to Burbank Housing Corporation. And in recognition of the grand opening of Jerry's Promise, on behalf of Burbank City Council, I join you in celebrating the success of our joint effort to provide transitional housing for 3 families and wish you continued success. Thank you very much.
Overblown Burbank real estate prices for the family board of directors, Family Promise Board, was not only supportive but wildly enthusiastic about adding and expanding this to their program. A private supporter came up with a very generous donation towards this project. City staff worked endlessly without too much grumbling, and BHC board and staff did what we do. We produced and we performed. In the end, it was the entire Burbank community that came together in order to furnish and equip these units. Through generous financial donations and volunteer work, these apartments are now ready to go. Thank you, each and every one of them, for making this happen. I should do a quick shout out to BHC's amazing staff, our senior project, Sylvia Moreno, who is not here today, our asset manager, Raha, this one here, Emily Lopez, and the John Stewart staff, who, along with Family Promise, whipped up this little party. And another shout out to our contractor, Ron. He's had more shouts. And our landscaper, who as always does a wonderful job, Oak Springs Nursery. Finally, I want to take a moment to explain why we're calling this housing project Jerry's Promise. The Reverend Dr. Jerry Jones was founding director of BHC. He was a board member and an officer for more than 20 years, and often said that BHC was one of the best and most rewarding things he had ever done. He was serious, tall, daunting, always impeccably dressed, and could be a little intimidating. Those of you who know him know where I'm talking about. He became not only my board director, but my friend. 2 weeks before his sudden and untimely passing away, he complained to me, half seriously, that the only thing we ever gave him for 20 years worth of work was a cupcake on his birthday. So I promised him that one day soon we would dedicate a project to him. Today, we are fulfilling that promise, and we're saddened that he could not be here. We have his granddaughter, Holly, over here, and his friend, Doris, today to help us celebrate this. It is with great love and pride that we dedicate these 3 homes and this program to his memory. He would approve, and he would always demand a cupcake. This is his mom. On that note, I'm going to turn this to Albert, who is the person who can best tell us what this means to him and to Family Promise. Albert.
We'll be celebrating 10 years of existence here in Burbank next year. Really excited about that. We've come a long way. This organization has grown tremendously, and we can't do it without each and every one of you, whether you're listed here or those individuals and organizations that are not here with us today. We're very thankful for all of them. Our board of directors who is here, they've been working really hard for the past 9+ years on serving families. So thank you to my board for your support. I see several of you, and if I start naming, I'm gonna get scolded for forgetting somebody. So thank you, board members, for your love and your support. Now, what I want to tell you is that we actually are gonna have families moving in tomorrow. We've got all 3 families scheduled to move in tomorrow. That's because of the great work of Raha and Christina, who, with the James Stewart Company, they've worked really hard on getting these families paperwork in line. So we're really excited about these families moving in at 10, 12, and 2. Tomorrow they all. I have to remember this, otherwise I get shouted at. But listen to this. All seriousness, imagine being a single mother with a 14-year-old son who was just tired of getting physically and mentally abused by her husband, your partner. You've taken that beating so much that you finally decided to leave your spouse. You call Family Promise that day, we bring you in, and immediately we bring you into our 90-day shelter. We worked with this family for 2.5 months. Barriers like no credit, no rent history. Why? Because dad's name is on the credit cards, dad's name's on the vehicles, dad's name's on the apartment. That in itself are challenges that our 90-day program sees. But because of this transitional housing project, it provides some families with those situations more time to get back on their feet and to become permanently housed. Those are some of the stories that we face, the staff face here day in and day out. And because of this new program, we'll be able to serve families like the Perez family who actually doesn't need our transitional housing, but because of our amazing staff are now living independently here in Burbank again. So we're excited about the new opportunity of these 3 families moving in tomorrow. They have not seen the facility, but we're we've told them great things about it, and they know they're going to move into a wonderful facility because of each and every one of you here today. But more importantly, as Judith said, there was a donor who approached us 2, maybe 3 years ago, and it was because of one of Family Promise's dear friends, Mr. David Porter, who's here today. Dave Porter introduced Miss Na Fawn to Family Promise. She herself was a homeless family here in the United States. And I remember a story that Mr. Porter said. She was homeless, and as she was walking down the street